Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ladies' finals at the FIP Silver Bali, Indonesia. I'm Austin Vargas.
And I'm Maximiliano Velasco, and here we are, as Austin said, in the FIP Silver Ladies Finals in Bali 2026. And thank you for being here with us, Austin. You have participated in this tournament also as an athlete?
Yes, it's an absolute pleasure playing here, to be fair. A lot of high-level teams. But the most attracting part was how the community has come around to support this tournament.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So
it's a packed house at the moment.
All right, and this is not only for the finals, as you have seen yourself, and for everyone who's watching and viewing from home or from wherever you're viewing it. We've actually started having these crowds from the qualies.
I think that is something which is not usual. Like, we have not seen that in most of the worlds. And you did have a quali with, was that 64 teams?
Yes, correct. So we've been blessed here in Indonesia to have a very extensive quali matches, quali rounds for our bronzes. This is our FIP silver, right? And the main draw, it gets filled up immediately. So in our previous bronzes, we had more than just the 64 qualies. We also had waiting list, up to 20 pairs in the waiting list.
Those are big numbers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now in this case, as a silver, there's a bit less because this is a higher level, higher tier.
Level,
yes. So a lot of the Indonesian athletes, they feel that they've gotten the experience of being on the bronze. But right now, we are blessed to have a range of international athletes who have been very experienced in playing FIP tournaments around the world. And here we have the four best in the tournament to have reached the finals.
Yes. So we've got the number 2 seeds, Carla and Nerea, taking on Jimena and Alba.
Yes, that's right.
The number 8 seeds. The number 8 seeds has taken out the number 1s in the semi-finals, and they also did the number 3, a good beating to get here.
Oh yes.
So it should be a very close, interesting match. Both the teams have not lost a set in the tournament yet.
Correct.
Which makes it very interesting to see who would be the first ones to lose a set. And considering it's the finals, would they be able to take that? As the match progresses, losing a first set doesn't matter. We get on to the next one and keep going.
Yes,
will be interesting to see.
As you very well say, Austin, none of these teams have lost a set yet.
Yeah,
and of course that gives you a very large degree of confidence coming into this, right? But you also know your opponent hasn't lost a set. So, in essence, here is whichever team is going to lose that first set, because that's going to happen.
Yep.
Right. How do they respond to that?
Right.
Clearly, the team who wins that set will still feel the same degree of confidence of continuity to continue throughout that. But the team that loses it, how are they going to take it? Because we've seen in a lot of matches in this tournament, right? We've seen some teams lose that first set,
correct,
but then come around and, as you say, almost not to minimize the efforts of all the athletes, but they come back and give a beating to the ones who beat them in the first set.
Correct.
So I mean, of course, in paddle you have the tactical and strategical level of the gameplay, where how do you adapt to your opponents?
Correct.
Right.
This is something will be very interesting to see, because Jimena and Alba has got a coach on the bench.
Yes.
Carla and Nerea hasn't.
Yes,
so
correct.
When you look at, obviously, I'm hoping that we've got beginners, intermediates, watching the players, watching the match, understanding what they do. So obviously having a coach on your side helps you reset a lot, especially if you lost a set. As being the number 8 seeds and having a coach, even if they lose the first set, I'm thinking that they've got the coach by your side to change the tactics and get better.
Yes.
On the other side, if Carla and Nerea loses the first set, then they have to work it out between themselves to figure out a way to come out of it. And this relates to all the beginners and intermediates, because when you are playing, unless you have a coach for yourself,
right,
it's very hard to figure out a way to get out of it. So it's between you and your partner, and how you really come out of that difficult situation.
Yes. See, the chemistry with your partner is just so fundamental in paddle. So we've seen athletes, well, I've seen pairs, right, where the mistake of one of the two, they support each other through it, and they work through it, and they manage to overcome those challenges. And then I see some other pairs where I wouldn't say they fight,
No.
but there's a bit of tension.
Correct.
Maybe it was an easy shot,
Yeah,
or maybe it was an unnecessary risk. And there's a bit of tension there, and there's nothing to dissuade us. So as you say, having a coach around
True.
definitely helps that.
Absolutely.
Especially because the coach, in a sense, it's a third person, an arbitrary figure
Absolutely.
that can provide the knowledge or the insight that they need to know for that specific game, for that specific set.
Correct.
And sometimes, I mean, it happens to everybody who plays paddle.
Yeah.
And for those who don't play paddle, when you're playing with your partner, and maybe there might be moments that you rub with each other the wrong way,
Yeah, true.
and your partner suggests you or recommends you something, some players might not actually want to accept that. They feel that they're being criticized. But
Yes.
in paddle, look, we always, it's as much a pairs game as it's a game against yourself,
Correct.
right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to support your partner, you must also be able to support yourself.
Sure.
Right, and you, Austin, definitely as a current athlete, you definitely.
Yeah,
must have.
and I think, as you said, having the right partner, having the right chemistry with the partner, making sure that regardless of you are winning or losing, keeping up the tactics and strategies you've come out today to deal with it, to keep going with that is prime. Is probably one of the biggest things to remember, that you could be match point down, but it's only 1 point, or the next point which changes the game again. So
Yes.
let's see how these two teams perform today. They've
Yes.
just finished the warm-up. As you know, in FIP, the rule is a 3-minute warm-up. They've just done that.
That's right.
3 minutes are not really
Much
enough
of a
to
warm-up.
actually warm up. Yeah.
But these athletes have had a court outside from the cameras,
Correct,
where
yes.
they've been
They've been-
rallying for a
right,
couple of
that's-
minutes, because of course we want to ensure that the athletes have the best that we can provide,
Absolutely.
so that they can perform to the best of their abilities.
Yes, and I think you've done a very good job in having.
Thank you.
Obviously, I've got the centre court to be. You've got the entire people watching it. Centre court, got the side courts for practice, and I think players are ready for action.
That's right.
And as we can see, Alba and Jimena has won the toss, and they have chosen to serve.
That's right. So Alba will be starting with the serve,
Yes.
with Nerea receiving.
Yes.
Just a bit unfortunate there with the Bajada.
Yes. It's a very good point to start, really. As you can see, both the teams are just getting into putting the balls in,
Yes.
slowing it down, not trying to be aggressive at the moment. I think both the teams just want to get themselves warmed up into the match.
Also, like, feel each other out.
Yes.
How
right.
how each pair is again
Yep.
feeling into the tournament, right? Well, into the finals. Another unfortunate mistake
Yes.
there, but this will happen in a sense. In the sense of the word, it's a bit of a calibration.
Correct.
Right,
And,
because-
and to be honest, sorry.
Yes, go
not to
ahead.
cut you off that. It obviously is the finals. Both the teams are nervous. From here, we look at them and feel like, they're just warmed up, they're ready to play. But the nerves are there.
Yes,
which
exactly.
they do not show. And for them both, finals, winning a silver is a huge amount of points.
Yes, in
It
prestige.
takes you up the rankings, gives you confidence. So the mistakes will happen, but eventually the team making the less mistakes makes
right.
a difference.
So Jimena and Alba trying to get back from the 2-point
Yep.
down. Oh, very smartly played there by Nerea.
Making a forced error from Alba, which always is the best way to win a point, rather than giving it away.
At least from, I hear from a lot of athletes, if you have doubts, sometimes go straight down the middle.
Yeah,
Give him a hard decision.
Yes.
Who has to take that ball?
one of the golden shots in paddle.
It's a break point
Down
here.
center.
Nice lob.
keeping themselves in the point. Long rallies, high lobs, another shot down the centre. Oh, Carla seals the first game, and it's a break.
So, when you play a tournament, Austin, right? How do you take it when you have a very early break? First game, immediate break. What would you do? What would do athletes normally do in this coming into the serve? Do you say you'll go aggressive, or how do you say?
So for the first service game, usually is the hardest one to hold because your body's not warm enough, you're not served enough, so you're not ready to get into the match yet. So when you get that loss in the first game, obviously you feel like you're a bit down, and you would always feel, I should have done that better game. But now you would think more about being aggressive on the returns. You would think about, I really need to break back immediately. So you would see a lot of slow returns, I'm guessing, from Alba and Jimena to get back into the points so that they can get a break back immediately.
A bit too aggressive there from Carla, but it's basically what you're saying, right? I mean, sure, you have the break, so you have the advantage to have a bit more leeway, play a bit of aggression, put your rivals a bit under pressure, right? That's smart. That's very smart play from Carla there.
That was quite a good smash from Carla, but nice to see Jimena running up to the net towards defense as well to get it back in.
I like how Carla actually went against the off foot from the rival there, right?
It's a very good way of, very smart play there.
But again, it's very early.
Yeah.
So. Just out there by Alba.
But that shot from Jimena is not quite deep enough, and that's why it came back really hard at Alba. It would look like it's a forced, it's an unforced error from Alba, but it's not really. It's like a forced error because Nerea had done
interesting, yes.
Ribera.
Correct. Well, that is a calculated risk, basically, right? You have your 40-15 advantage there, calculated risk.
That, I agree with you, yes, Max. It's the shot to go for.
Yes.
With a really high lob, it has bounced off the glass quite well. You can add pace to that shot, but as you can see, I would say they're still not playing freely.
Yes, not yet.
It's still tight, so easy to miss those bajadas. And funny enough, all the bajadas has been
a bit long
so far, finding the glass. Very good garnisher there from Nerea.
Nice smash there. Carla getting it.
It's a tap out from Carla.
Nice tap out there. So the ball bounced back because it hit the light, in case anyone was not able to see it.
Yeah, sure.
But it was a tap out there.
Yes, doesn't count, the point is over.
No.
Jimena had the chance to do a 3-meter. I think she wanted that ball to come back to her side of the court, but was not strong enough to get it back. And Carla expecting that shot, running up to the net and finishing off with a tap out.
That's right. Now Jimena with the serve.
The number 8 seats.
I've been noticing this. Jimena seems a bit
off. You mean?
Yes, she seems a bit off. Like just not fine-tuned in to the match yet.
No.
It could be part of the nerves as well.
Absolutely. So you can see another
nice lob by Carla there.
Yep.
So maybe right. Maybe it's not necessarily the nerves here. Of course, it definitely plays a part. But let's not forget that they played a semi-finals for this, and a pretty hard one too.
True.
So the body is tired.
Correct.
But they are athletes, but it is a tiring competition.
And you know, as spectators or commentators, we only see the physical tiredness, but what happens mentally is something which we do not realise. So there's a lot going on in all these players' heads. They come up with some tactics. Probably it's not working, it's working against you. So you do not feel comfortable on the court. So as you can see, Jimena's making quite a few mistakes because she has not found the rhythm yet.
Yes, so the mind games there.
Yeah.
And also when you know that your opponent is making a series of mistakes, you can play several mind games with them.
True.
Based not only on how you move, but where you're positioned.
Yeah.
And the type of shots you give them.
Yeah. And it's good to see that Alba coming up to Jimena and saying a few things to see that, you know, you can change your mindset a little bit.
That's right.
Change a few things, keep your confidence in your partner. (15-40). Jimena serving to see if they can stay in this game.
Ooh,
Nerea.
nice, very
With
nice.
a beautiful lob. Alba did the right thing to put that slow just over the net, but Nerea has closed in closer to the net to finish off that shot.
Oh, look, this is very early in the game.
Yes.
In the time, and it's already a 3-0 commanding lead.
Oh,
Right, so...
no.
But here's what we were talking about just before, right? Both Jimena and Alba have a coach.
Correct, yes.
And right now the coach is actually giving them instructions, right?
Yes, true,
so
true.
we will see right now if just that key difference is enough to help Jimena get back into the game, get her focus back in.
Absolutely.
Forget about the point she has
Absolutely.
lost.
Yes,
And
yes.
get back herself in.
I'm guessing the coach is saying that she might have to be a bit more aggressive, but to be fair, as we were discussing earlier, Jimena did have a fall on her second round match.
Yep.
It was not fun to watch that one because she was in quite a bit of pain.
Yes,
And
yes.
it was an ankle. So
Yeah, that is a good point because in that match, practically every one of us was almost convinced that she'd be out.
yeah, she will be out, and even the opponents felt like that's the end of the match.
Yes, but nonetheless, she was able to get back on her feet,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
get through that match, and not only get through
Gotta
that
give it to
match,
her, yes.
play the semi-finals today and win that semi-finals.
Absolutely. So there's a lot going on with on her ankle.
Jimena's actually talking. She's
Yes.
actually pointing to the referee regarding her
Absolutely,
ankle.
yes. I
She
think-
might be very uncomfortable right now.
Correct. I agree. So if you're watching and if you're not able to see what the players are up to, Nerea and Carla obviously on court ready to serve. Carla's first service game coming up, but Jimena has taken off her shoes, and you can see there's a big wrapping around her ankle, and she might have to get a physio to get that sorted and see if it's not too bad. We hope it's not too bad, not just for the sake of being able to watch an amazing final, but as a player, injuries do make you lose even more in terms of recovery and getting back to paddle again. So if she's seriously injured, then it might not be the wise thing to do to continue playing.
Yep.
So let's hope and see what the physio has to say. The physio has not arrived yet, so I think that they will sort out now.
All right. So
While
the medical team is on the way.
Yep,
Here,
yep.
we have been very fortunate to have Mr. Mahmoud Abdelaziz from Egypt.
Okay.
He's also an experienced Premier Paddle referee, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I've heard that name, but
Yes.
and also
And
he travels quite a bit.
well, right now for people who are not aware, there is a time limit that the physio or the doctor, medical team can actually first of all analyze the player, and there is a limited amount of time that they can actually undertake any sort of procedure.
Right.
Some people may accuse it of being short.
Correct. What is the time?
So depending on the type of injury, sometimes it can be 3 minutes.
Okay.
Sometimes a bit longer. There is several rules regarding that. Additionally, it's important to note that a cramp is not considered an injury.
Right, okay.
So the player must continue playing.
Okay.
And if they need to be treated, or a player, what they can do is they can give away the game or the set, if I'm not mistaken, until the next changeover.
Okay.
So they can give away the games that would be required to the changeover, but those games would be against them.
Makes sense.
Right. So
this is a good rule for people to know. Now, at least
Yes.
Jimena's back on court. Free love up for Carla and Nerea. Carla's first service game. I think what they did was the assessment of the issue at the moment. For
Nice lob there, yes.
yeah,
Those corner lobs. Just out. But those corner lobs,
yeah.
as a player, how tricky are they?
But so from, I don't know if the audience can see it, but that lob was not too close to the glass enough to be threatening. You would do that as a normal one, but when it gets closer to the glass, is that when it gets trickier. You will have to let that ball hit the glass and wait a little bit more, just like what's happening now, as you can see.
Yeah.
Jimena waiting for that ball to hit both the glasses.
Oh.
Great shot to the
When
center.
in doubt, go to the center, right?
It's a golden shot, I would always call it.
Yes, golden shot. One of the few winners you actually get in paddle.
Right.
We can really see, I think we can really see the pressure that Jimena's going through,
Yes,
right? That she knows her body is not in the best of shape because of her injury. I wouldn't say she's trying to rush the points. I think it's just simply that when she's trying to make the shots, the body's just not responding how she needs it to respond.
Yes, and it's very clear that she has missed out quite a few on the Bandejas and Figueroa's moving backwards, which means her movement has been restricted. Yeah, not being able to move that quick back to catch the Bandeja or Vibra. So, like for anyone listening, like for your beginner, intermediate, sometimes when you see players who are missing Bandejas, Vibras, your initial thought is that their technique isn't right.
Okay.
But 90% of the time is that their movement has not been quick enough. For two reasons. One, as we see here, Jimena has been struggling so far.
Yeah.
Secondly, the lob from the other person has been very, very good.
The deep back lobs, right?
Absolutely, yes. So sometimes when you are missing a Bandeja or Ribera, you've got to think that it's just not you, but the quality of the lob from the other person has been good. So sometimes you have to respect that and slow down.
Ooh, nice lob.
Bandejas and Riberas. It's a very good rally.
Another high lob there, defensive lob.
It's finally very long rally. Nice to see this, both teams.
Now those are the type of points that regain your confidence.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Long rallies and you win those.
Correct.
That's how you regain your confidence.
I
And
think
they've done
that's
really well there.
You're spot on there. I think that's what coach would have told them as well, that you are trying to finish your points too soon. Let's stay in the rallies longer. Let's make them play a lot more high lobs. So I think there's a slight shift in the way the points are getting.
Yes, particularly because this is their serve that they're recovering from.
Correct. Good smash down center, but it was a fault.
Nera calling the out there.
Yes. Much better shots from
that's what Jimena needs.
Yes.
She needs a couple of those type of shots where the point is won through her effort there.
Correct.
That's just going to give her that confidence, just edge back into the game.
Yep. And that also lives up to your partner. Like your partner feels like, my partner is feeling better, now I can play a bit more freely.
Yeah. Nice smasher.
Nice. Out of the court by Alba. That should boost their confidence. Now
absolutely.
The coach would pump them up even more to say, now you extended the rallies, you had longer points, longer rallies, you're winning points, let's keep doing that.
Yes, exactly. Now there's another element that I've observed also. There's been a bit of a shift, especially particularly how Jimena and Alba are playing, as you say. They're taking the longer rallies.
Yeah.
They're not trying to rush it.
Yeah.
Right. I think a player like Carla and Nerea, they thrive when the opponent's under pressure.
Correct.
Right? Especially Carla's a very aggressive player.
Yes.
She's very aggressive. Right. So she's that aggression, when you channel it properly in this, you can actually put your opponent in such stressful situations that these are athletes. They're used to this type of hard plays, but in a sense, the body might react a bit differently just because of a bit of nerves, a bit of, or another case, maybe they are anxious, right? Or any bit of those differences at this level makes the difference.
Yeah, true.
Right.
True. I know we're talking quite a bit about Jimena and Alba, but you have to remember that Carla and Nerea, number 2 seeds.
Yes.
From the first game on, they've been on it, which means they're not losing too many points by mistakes.
Absolutely.
They're making Jimena and Alba win points, which is a lot more pressure as well. So the number 2 seeds have done a good job so far.
Absolutely.
So let's see if he can keep it going. Another great Rivera from Nerea, almost touching the top of the net, making Alba go really, really low. It's a hard shot to make back.
Now with the serve again.
That's wow. It's probably the best point
Of this match so far.
I have to say. Because every player got involved, and there was times where you could have finished off the point earlier, but they waited for one extra shot before finishing off. I think that is what, again, from the coach's point of view, that's how they're executing the plan a little bit better than before.
Oh, very smart from Carla there. Very smart. Now, there's another element that for all our viewers they're not going to see, I mean, or feel. Right, the temperatures changed drastically.
Correct.
Compared to during the day.
Yeah.
So the temperature already dropped a lot.
True.
It might be a bit more difficult to do portraits because of that.
Absolutely.
Right.
We are yet to see a phase, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's see improv 4. Another great shot down the centre from Nerea. Keeping it low to the body of Alba. It's hard to play that shot always when you're closer to the net and someone hits that straight at you. It's really hard to block that and keep it in. Nerea playing a very smart shot.
It's a commanding lead here from Carla and Nerea 5-1. They're very methodical.
Yes, you're right.
At least from what I can see in their game, they've been very methodical. Not to say that their skills are not to highlight their skills.
No.
It's just that they have a game plan and they're sticking to that game plan.
Correct. They've not done anything extra risky, keeping the balls low, slow, facing around, a lot to the centre.
Body shot there from Jimena to Nerea. Oh, looks like the public are struggling to put the ball back in.
If you missed it, someone...
As I say, leave it to the pros. Just out.
Those fast volleys which are exchanged at the net, it's hard to control again. So when you're at the net, when the balls are that fast,
it's more of a reaction based, right?
Yeah, it is absolutely completely reaction based. Hard to change that.
Oh. Okay.
I think that's another prime example of how now she's feeling a bit more comfortable.
Yes.
Placing the shot. For that shot, you need to have a very, very soft grip and place the shot. So it kind of tells you that her nerves are away. She's feeling more comfortable. She can play a little bit more.
We've been seeing that several of these athletes have been doing that type of shot, particularly this tournament.
Yep. This time she went for the centre. Jimena at the net now. All 4 players at the nets. Another shot down the centre by Carla.
Carla very smart there, changing the direction of both shots in a very quick succession.
Yes.
So surprising your opponents there.
Both Alba and Jimena not ready for that down the centre shot.
Amazing.
Nerea's defense off the corner again, not letting any of the ball go past her or around her. No, that's...
that defensive footwork, as you say, she just moved very quickly. She was more than just following the ball, is where she placed herself to be able to reach that ball.
Right.
And it was very quick, that footwork. She turned, she anticipated the movement of the ball and was able to return a ball, not necessarily defensive, but one that also was well placed.
Correct. That's, again, something to learn for. Obviously, the pros do that in a way that it's a habit for them. They've done it several times. Before beginners, intermediates watching it. It's one thing to follow the ball into the corner, but it's even more important that you set yourself up to place that shot even better.
Yeah. Ooh, the ball still active.
That's it.
What a drop shot. Subtle use of the hand, of the grip there.
Absolutely.
You could clearly see how she just changed that grip subtly.
Yes.
Just ease that ball down.
True. Big point here. Break point to go and win that first set for the second seed. I have to say, it's been an area of mistakes that has given the number 2 seeds the first sets, Carla and Nerea. They've not been challenged yet, I would say.
No, and I mean, we do know, as we've already established, Jimena has an injury, and that definitely plays a big part. But looking aside from that injury, as we were talking about, Carla and Nerea, they've come in with a clear game plan, right?
So they, as you said, the game plan, they are not taking any high risk. There's a lot of shots going to the center, and they're making Jimena move a lot back to her baseline, which means Nerea is constantly moving up and down.
Yes.
Alba's not being able to be contributing much to get points, and Jimena is not able to finish points. So that kind of restricts your team from doing anything, because, as you know, in Pavel, the left side player, being Jimena for that team, not being able to be aggressive puts you on the back foot from the beginning. And I think that game plan for Carla and Nerea is working really, really well.
Additionally, as we can see, right, Nerea's defensive ability to keep balls that would put them in a very difficult position, but to return them with well placement, helps them jump in from defensive straight into neutral or offensive again. And as soon as you give that opportunity to Carla, she's very intelligent at where she attacks. She's not just attacking for just attacking sake.
No, you're right.
As we can see, for example, she did that really, really soft smash down the middle. Additionally, also the drop shot. She's really choosing her attacks well. And I've been observing that Carla, before any single shot she's doing, she has a very quick glance to where her opponents are, and then she just quickly adapts it based on where her opponents are, or on the position of the point. So are the opponents already in the offensive manner? Suddenly she just flicks it up. Right? Tries to regain neutrality, defensive, but tries to regain neutrality, and then with Nerea acting as a really good solid anchor.
Solid anchor, absolutely, like not missing many. And as you said, like figuring out where your opponents are is a big part of the game. Probably with Carla it's more obvious, but as you can see, all of them are doing it, but it's very subtle. And it'll be interesting to see if Jimena and Alba can find out a different way of getting Alba a bit more involved in the match. And get Jimena to be a bit more aggressive and finish on the points. Love all in the second set.
Didn't work out for Carla this time, but the idea is still there. She's trying to play that, and she's trying to force those points where she knows that Jimena cannot just run there, not because of the injury. Nice lob there.
It's a good save.
Still in.
Yes, still in. Both those lobs very close to the glass, but both the players waiting before hitting that shot, which is the key when that ball is close to the glass.
Oh, nice defensive work there. Still in. Wow. I'd say kudos for Alba there. She was able to save some points, really put under pressure, but still putting those balls in and very close. She's like very close to the glass.
Yes.
So also limiting the ability of your opponent to just attack back.
Correct.
Because just the physical limitations of the racket.
She definitely did her part in winning that point, although ended up with a bit of a luck.
Very high lob there.
That was the right decision from Jimena to get that high lob and make herself come to the net, so she's not running too much. But that, as we said, the golden shot in paddle from Nerea again, low to the centre.
And that particular Bahada was grazing the net. This time a bit long from Alba there, but they seem to be much more focused in this one.
Correct.
Right, much more focused in this game.
It's
I think.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The slight difference is what I think from the coach's point of view. What Polly said is that for Jimena to be able to come to the net as quick as she can, so that she can be a bit more aggressive, and Alba doing the work of staying at the net. As we see,
as you just described,
Jimena just being at the net as quick as she can, so that they have more chances of finishing on points being at the net than struggling in the corner.
Now this is a very important point. It's a break point for Jimena and Alba.
They haven't had one yet, so this could be the one they have worked hard for to get the break.
Just out.
Something to notice, what realised that Alba today is taking a lot of the shots way before the glass. Now, for example, the shot just Nerea did now was onto the body of Alba.
Yes.
In a way, to get a better result out of a shot is to let it go to the glass. But today I feel like Alba is also considering being aggressive by taking the ball early before the glass, which has not helped her yet.
Well done. So they just flipped the book there. In that case, Jimena and Alba went very aggressive into the attack, put Nerea and Carla under pressure. They were able to get a point there. Again, great point. Very important point. If they win, well, we'll see what happens. That was a very venomous one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Very venomous vibro, that one.
Nerea's vibro really making Alba go really low to block those shots, not being able to even let it go to the glass. She tried the same shot again, but slightly off balance. The ball was not low enough to hit that shot.
Good lob there by Carla. And then we have a break.
Yes, first break for the number 8 seeds. The change of plan, so working a bit better.
Yes. So I think you hit the nail at the head of the nail there when you said that probably the coach told them there, get Jimena close to net as fast as possible. She has a very aggressive style when she's on the net. And it also puts their opponents in pressure. That's why Carla was paddle, but she was lobbying specifically Jimena because she's trying to most obviously capitalize on Jimena's injury there.
Absolutely.
But Jimena clearly, from the matches she's played, even injured, she can still move and run. What needs to be necessary, might not have the sprint as she normally does, but can never take these athletes for granted, their ability.
They do give their best every time. They want to fight. It's a bit unlucky to miss hit from Nerea.
Yes.
I think it was going out, but just landed in. But this is a big game for both Jimena and Alba to hold. They've just broken. It's always important to
Hold their serve, right?
Yes, consolidate that break and make sure that you're leading through that set. Less pressure.
Wow. Getting on the back foot there. So Nerea seeing Alba moving into the center, just getting on the back foot.
Yeah.
And a ball with no pace.
Yes. Love 30.
Wow. That's the second time she did it in a row. That's the second time she's done it in a row. I think Nerea is just observing that based on the movement of that they're trying to do, right? Getting Jimena up to the net as quick as possible. She's finding that little gap.
Correct.
Forcefully, because Alba has to also come up. But there's that gap every time she tries to come up.
I think that's the only kind of loophole when you have that pattern of play where you're trying to get to the net too soon.
Yep.
You do end up leaving a little bit of a gap in the middle, especially because your partner is further down.
Oh, unfortunate there. So it's a double break.
But Bahada has not worked quite well yet for Jimena.
So what we were just discussing just now, right? Would you say it becomes a bit predictable when you see that your opponent is trying to get themselves to the net as quick as possible?
Yeah.
It puts them to risk to be predictable.
Yes, that's a very good question, because obviously as you are changing your tactics, the other team is also observing on what you're changing.
Yeah.
So in paddle, sometimes I feel every change in the world could be a change of tactics unless the other team is not picking on it.
Yes.
But here I feel the coach obviously had made a little bit of a tactical change for Jimena and Alba, and both Nerea and Carla is picking on it and finding out gaps to win those points too.
Good point there for Alba. Now, wouldn't that also speak, in a sense, the virtues of Carla and Nerea, that without a coach, they're changing tactics that quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, they're able to communicate because they're communicating very often, in very short bursts, but they're able to change that tactic very quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you play it together, quite a few matches as a team, you become understanding of the game.
Ooh. Forcing the error there.
Right. Making
very good point by Carla Nerea there. Very good point.
It was nice to see how Alba really let that Ribera from Nerea go to the net, go to the glass, and then turn around and get that back
instead of forcing it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not been doing it that enough so far.
Just here before, Alba wanted to call it out, but it just managed to do it just before the glass.
Sure. No, another very good well-placed volley from Nerea there.
Jimena struggling there with that one specifically, right? She's trying to place it close to the glass, but both times, just a bit wide.
True. And also, she is trying to get as many balls as to Nerea as possible, so that Nerea hits the ball cross and the game changes to this side of the court, so that Jimena can move up. But
interesting.
Sometimes when you try that tactic, it's not really the best of it. You make mistakes because you're trying to do something which is not usual for you.
Also, additionally, right, it's maybe not usual for you, and sometimes the game might call for another type of move, so you're trying to force a different pattern.
Absolutely.
Well done there.
Jimena being at the nets makes a huge difference for the team to finish up with more points.
Absolutely, she's quite commanding there at the net.
And Albert's is definitely playing that part of the base being set up for you to finish.
Never had it finally work.
Yes.
So for all those viewers who might not pick up on the subtle differences, every time Jimena or Alba come to the glass at the back, they're actually changing the grip at the last minute.
Correct.
At the very last minute there.
Another break back.
Wow. Break, break, break. Triple break. So would you say that because there's triple break, right? They're reading each other, readapting immediately per game.
Exactly, exactly.
So right now, what would be the key difference here? Would it be in terms of mental fortitude, or just in a sense, if a proper reading? What would you say?
If you look at the last couple of games, it's been, especially this one here, has been mistakes than winners. So
Okay.
when you look at Jimena losing those 2 shots to the left side there on the other side of the court, and now finishing off at the net, into the net. So it looks like the patience has gone off a little bit. So now they think they could come up with shots which are a bit more trickier and more riskier to finish off, because sometimes you both feel like you both are reading your games and you want to finish up in a way which is not normal. So I think the pattern would change to, again, a lot more lobs, a lot more slowing it down, and not finishing off points, taking that much of a risk.
Right.
So I hope both the teams realise that they need to cut down on the risk and have more rallies.
Now, the
Because
question.
when you're serving, you have the advantage of staying at the net and being a bit more aggressive, but that's been lost in the last 3 games.
Yes. The question is, what if the risk actually brings a tremendous benefit? For example, let's say the case of Jimena and Alba here, right? They're already down 1 set.
Yeah.
Right? Clearly, they understand that their opponents read them very quickly, adapt very quickly, and of course, their opponents are amazing athletes. Would it be worthwhile to take a risk right now for them?
They have taken quite a bit of risk. That's the pattern of Jimena coming up to the net quite quickly. But that risk is not worth doing it for the entire match, because that will not work for you. So a risky game will get you a couple of games, but you'll have to keep that going for the entire 3 sets. I mean, 2 sets and a half now.
Yeah.
That would be hard, because a high percentage game will always get you more games. Another aggressive finish from Jimena.
I think I've clearly seen that Jimena is now starting to trust herself more.
Yep.
Right? And she's much, as you say, she's much more comfortable.
Sure.
Now it depends how Carla and Nerea want to adapt to this.
Correct, exactly.
Because before they were able to capitalize on Jimena still struggling to get into the game.
Yep.
Good run there by Alba, but that was a very good ball by Carla.
True.
The pace was also so slow.
Absolutely.
So it forces you to have to go very close back to the back wall.
The ball doesn't bounce off high enough for you to do anything with that.
Yeah.
That was not really a body shot, because I think Nerea was running into the shot.
Yes. But Alba worked that well.
Yeah.
She built that point slowly up.
Correct.
And only took the risk when it's almost for sure.
Correct. And I think that's the pattern we would see a little bit more.
Carla with the defensive. Long rally this one.
Long rally, yes, which included so far has gotten.
Oh!
I was about to say so far has gotten no risk and high percentage of shots, but that one from Alba trying to finish off too early, I think. It is a good shot to go for, but it's a little bit of a risky shot because the ball has come towards you and it's hard to change direction at that time.
30 all.
Bunch of lobs there, which keeps the rally going longer.
Yes. That's very unfortunate there. That's very unfortunate. Carlos' movement was great. Neri just happened to be on the way there.
True.
But at the speed that this is going, it's very hard to get out of the way there, isn't it?
Yes. Good shot from Alba to get that into a position where it was impossible to hit it back.
Well, this is the first game that's won on the serve, on the set.
Yes, and as we spoke at the break time, we said we hopefully see that's less risks taken, and you can see that game had less mistakes than trying to finish up with risk. So
very strong smash there by Carla.
It was set up by a very good serve from Nerea. So you know, when you work as a team, you know, you're obviously speaking to each other where you're going to serve, how you expect that return to come, so you can be in a position to attack.
So we can see that Carla's trying to get backside of the game. She clearly is trying to, in a sense, I'd say shocking a bit the opponent. She's going very aggressive right now, right? She's going very aggressive right now. In a way, it's not only necessary to pressure your opponent, but it's also hype yourself up, hype yourself and your partner up, and say, look, you know what? Yeah, we dropped that one, but we're getting back right in.
Yes.
Right. It is sending also a message not only to your opponent, but to yourself.
Correct.
To you and your partner. Fortress.
As we've seen our fourth face of the match. And it was a tough one to make because it's gone to the left side of Carla from the central of the court. Is a tough one to make, but she didn't have the time to do that. Technique was spot on. First one off the night.
Claiming it's all.
I think
that was very hard to see.
It was 2 bounces, but I think it was 1 from what I've seen.
Same. I also saw it as 1 bounce. So many viewers who are unfamiliar with paddle, in paddle officiating, there's always a chance for the players to debate first any type of call. It's always given the priority to the players, and only in the case that it cannot be resolved, then the referee is called down to make a decision.
No, that's a very good information to have, because a lot of the time when beginners are entering this play, they do fight sometimes on wrong calls.
So they're repeating the point here.
It's a bit of a shame.
Well, nonetheless, here, Jimenez and Alba still have a lead here. Slight lead. They have to, as you say, consolidate it. Again, with this time back on the serve.
Correct.
Right, but this element, right, of because many of the racket sports, right, paddle as well, the mental game is a very big part of it, right? Because if you trust on your skills and you trust on your game plan, right, things can go the wrong way for you,
right?
And you can drop a game.
Correct.
Drop an important point.
Yep.
The question is, do you trust your skills and game plan enough to continue on that?
That's the key.
Now we see that Carla just in that game alone, she already put herself and Nerea in a very commanding position with those 3 very aggressive games. 3 very aggressive points. Sorry.
Yep.
Right.
That's correct.
And additionally, as you say, like that por tres was quite a difficult one to execute because it was going into the middle. It's also very close to the back line. But it's not only about strength, and this is also something I would like to highlight to a lot of people who are first time watching paddle or new to the sport. It's not the strength, it's the technique.
Correct, yep.
Right? A lot of players, for example, like Carla herself, they're not necessarily tall players of 1.90 m. Right? But they are able to execute that technique, provide enough spin on the ball, enough pace that when the ball on the bounce, is forcefully knocked upwards.
Yes.
Right? So, but being able to apply that technique under pressure, especially when you are, in a sense, when you have your, how do I say it? When your body's really warm and you have a lot of things going through your head, that's not easy.
No,
that's not easy.
Not at all.
Because in a training, everyone can do it.
Yes.
Right? Everyone who learns enough can do it in training. But this is in a moment of extreme pressure, trying to read your opponents, trying to read where your partner is.
In that sense, that's a very, very smash portrait, as we said.
Yes. Forcing the error there out of Jimena.
Another big service game. I mean, it would be very important for Alba and Jimena to hold this.
Yes.
And I'm sure they would have talked about making less mistakes. But that first point was a mistake. Let's see if they can prolong the rally a little bit more so that they keep themselves in the points longer.
Okay, Jimena having 2 points down from slight unforced errors here.
Yeah.
I think it's very key right now that Jimena just calms herself, trusts in her partner, and just try to do what she did in the previous game. Jimena choosing to keep it slow instead of trying to do a bajada again.
Great lob.
So basically, she managed to calm herself down, build that point up, slow it down.
Correct.
And just wait for that opportunity to be able to execute a killing shot, which she could.
No, that's you're spot on there, because when you're at your service game, you have that chance to be at the net a lot more than your opponents.
Yeah.
Even if you're pushed back, if you are doing a good lob, it just keep your opponent back again. So that point was perfectly played by Alba and Jimena.
They're back with the defense there.
Well, Alba showing her class there from moving from a defensive position to getting all the way to finish off that point. But it's a good duel between Alba and Nerea Renault that happens, that both of them know, I think, like each other's game in a way that expecting their shots.
Exactly.
So you kind of almost have to surprise your opponents.
That's the ball Jimena loves. Right. Give her that chance, she will execute it that way. Now, they're 1 point away from commanding a 4-2 lead.
I do feel though that this set, because it's just one break, Carla and Nerea can turn the tables around at any point in time, but this would be a good game for, as we said,
and they got it
to hold. Was about to say it's a good game for Jimena and Alba to hold, and they did.
Now the question I have there, right, is Carla going to go aggressive again?
I think that has to be the game plan for them. Carla has to stay aggressive, but when we say aggressive, it's not high-risk aggressiveness. It's within the capacity of 70-80% of your aggressiveness, and then you finish off when you have that short chance to finish on the points. But that was the time to go for the shot, because Carla's almost set up that point to come to that stage of trying to finish off, and I think she's feeling confident in smashing the balls more.
Oh, he might have just rushed that one, but really well defended by Nerea there.
Absolutely. It's very easy for us to look at that point and think, oh, how did she miss that? But the pace with which that shot came at her, it was hard to make that decision correct. But hats off to Nerea for that defense.
So now we get, as you say, they are going aggressive, but as you say, between 60-70%.
Correct.
Not forcing it.
No.
Unforced error from Carla. but they still have a commanding moment, 14-15. What a shot.
Alba, yes. Carlo was not expecting that to come
No.
out. It's a very high risk shot, but Alba played it slow and low. Very good surprising shot down the line. It was a commanding lead, but did you see that in Pablo?
Yeah.
40 love is not enough to win that game, or win any game.
Not at this level. Not at this level.
You've got to make sure that you're closing off.
Hughes. So Alba and Jimena very smartly changed their strategy from 40 love down to deuce.
Didn't make any mistakes. They just kept the balls back in.
Yeah.
Carlo with the serve. When you have a 40 love lead, it's very easy to think that you've got the game, especially when you're serving.
Yes.
And that's a very tricky part for most of the players to go through, where you sometimes don't even think the other way. So it's quite common to see that you go 40 love up, and then before you know it's deuce.
Would you say that, not necessarily, I'm not saying that these players are losing their focus, right? But would you say that naturally your body tends to ease out a bit, thinking that
Yeah.
you're 40 love up?
Yes.
And that
Absolutely.
just that small ease just makes you lose your edge a bit.
Correct. You are like fraction of a second slower than where you would be in general, because you're taking things for granted. I'm not saying every time they're doing it, but sometimes that is mindset for anyone, to be a bit more relaxed when you are up.
Oh.
It's probably the best Vibora we've seen tonight.
Yes.
Area. It
Absolutely.
did precisely hit the corner. And that's also, earlier I was saying why Alba was not trying to let the ball go to the glass. It's also the reason that Nerea's Viboras are quite dangerous. It stays low, it goes straight in the corner. So for you to defend, just like how Alba tried defending that shot, it was so precisely into the corner with that much speed that it's hard for you to turn and get that ball back.
Now here's a question too, right? They managed to claw themselves from 40 love down to a deuce, and then lose the game.
Yes.
Right. They were not under serve. They were the receivers.
Yep.
Right. However, how does that affect the mental part? You clawed yourself. You put yourself in a position that you equalize the game.
Yep. So,
and then boom, you lose the game.
If you were trailing in that set, that would have cost you a lot more mentally than when you're leading, because now they know that they've got their serve, they've got that ease in their head that they can be aggressive with that service game. But if they were 3-4 down and they had a chance and lost that, like what they did just now, that would have cost you more than what position you're at now, because now they know that they're serving 4-3 up. They still have a bit of breathing space to keep going. But very good question, because sometimes you are 40 love down on someone else's serve, and you try really hard to keep the momentum for yourself, and you get to deuce, and then the others run away with the game. It could cost you mentally, thinking, oh my god, we worked hard to get there, but it didn't work. But the positive side is that they are serving still with the lead, with the break up.
Let's see if they can consolidate that lead. Body shot there.
I think that ball was going out if Nerea was out of the way.
Jimena being sportsmanlike. Nerea, you can see in her face, she knows that she feels she should have gotten out of the way, but it's really hard at that speed. Carlo with the defense there. And just slide left. Okay, so Jimena right now and Alba are in a very good position. 30 love up, 4-3 up. if they continue this way, so we can see Carla and Nerea, they are discussing, they're definitely going to change some sort of strategy.
Yes.
Right? Either that or they're buying time to just prevent their opponents from having the wind inside them, the momentum, lose that momentum.
Yes.
Wow. This is what we want to watch in the final, isn't it?
Absolutely.
This is what we want to watch.
And Meno was the hero of that point. That point was lost at the net earlier, but she kept herself in, like, composed to get those shots back and almost got that last ball back as well. But credits to Nerea and
very unlucky there. But also credits also to Jimena on the net.
yes,
She managed to defend. They focused her, and yet she managed to answer every single one of those shots.
Now another healthy lead. I think it was
40-15. Yeah. Jimena beating herself up a bit, knowing it was a necessary risk.
Decent lob from Nerea to push Jimena back, but I think Jimena knew, as Aldo was saying, that Carla was coming up, so she had to try something very close to the net. But when you think too much sometimes, you know, you get caught in between and you lose that point. Like into the net, it's a hard way to lose a point. Great defense off that Ribeiro flop. Another long rally. None of the teams taking any risk.
Ooh.
Keeping the balls in. A lot of lobs. Ribeiro's.
It's hard not to get excited watching this. Wow.
No risks taken until that last shot.
Yes,
It's very tempting to have. It's very tempting to have that feeling of having the ball high up in the air for you to finish off. So again, like most of the players, that's a very tempting shot to make. When you have that height, you think there's no way I'm going to put that into the net, and you try to rush for that shot, and that's what happened with Alba. I think it's just tempting. I think she thought that's a moment to finish on that point, but one of the most exciting points.
Yes,
none the least.
Jimena with the attack.
Yep.
You just said the most exciting point.
Exciting points back to back.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, that one.
Carla would be a bit upset there because she could have finished off with a tap out of that shot. She had it on a racket, but I think it slipped off her hand. She couldn't make clear contact to finish that point. But instead of a break point, it's advantage.
And they consolidate the lead. I wouldn't say that Carla and Nerea did anything wrong.
No.
I'd say this is more in the fact that Jimena and Aldo were able to just really play those points really well.
Stay in the point,
not lose their focus, because there were two balls in these two rallies where it seemed that Carla and Nerea got the point.
Press.
But they came back from it.
Yeah.
So we can see that Nerea is she's a bit upset losing that game that way. but she's now on the serve, so now she's serving to stay on the set.
That's probably the best way to place a rouleau.
Yes.
It's a risky shot, but I think, you know, Carla had the height to reach up to make a point of contact really high to make that rouleau work really well.
Oh, that Vibora.
So as we spoke about earlier, sometimes Alba is trying to communicate to Jimena that try not to give that ball that much to the right off Nerea, because she can really like punish Alba with that shot. So
yeah.
I just saw her do that again, trying to tell Jimena that to try to place that
At least not too high.
Yes. And also a bit more to the left shoulder than the right. No.
Carla celebrating that point.
Deserves to.
Much deserved, much deserved. And Nerea has a very venomous Vibora there.
Yeah. I think out of the four of them, she has got the best Vibora.
Yes. I concur, I concur.
Another very good rouleau from Jimena, but
quick adaptation by Carla there.
Good recovery.
Right, so Jimena and Alba, they will be serving to take the set away. Right now, I think every viewer can agree whether you are a supporter for one or the other. It's a pleasure to actually see that there's a fight in the second set.
Yeah.
Right. The first set.
It's quite one-sided.
Yeah, it's quite one-sided.
Mistakes.
Yes, correct. Just because Carla and Nerea did not allow Jimena and Alba to get into the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. They just punished very quickly. They methodically executed that set.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't want to let them just ease in, but on the second set, those triple breaks, I think more than anything, it helped release all the tension they had.
I guess so. I think you're really right in that way to think of it, because when you get broken a few times, you feel like, you know, it's just done.
It's anyone's game.
Yeah, you can carry on, we fight, and then we know that we can break them back.
Yes.
And as we say in any sport, finishing off, or closing off is the hardest part. So 5-4 up, serving for the sets, not the easiest thing to do, because Nerea and Carla would be thinking, no, we've broken them before. Let's see if we can put a lot more balls back in and see if we can get this break.
Yes. I want to see a third set.
Yes.
I want to see a third
Absolutely.
set.
Just not just you. Everyone has turned up here. I'm not sure if the viewers can see it. It's a packed house.
Oh yes, absolutely packed.
It's not a common sight in most of the FIPs around the world, but this is such a good thing to see for paddle.
Good forced error.
Absolutely.
Good forced error there.
Both Jimena and Alba did not give away the net position.
Yeah.
And I think that would be their strategy for the entire game, so that they can be really aggressive. Still keeping the net position.
Forcing them out of the net.
Yeah.
Is that the first failed smash from Carla that we've seen?
I have to say, yes. She's not missed a ruler yet, and I think she was rushed to get that done quickly.
Yeah, I think she forced it, right?
Yes.
She could have waited or actually let it bounce. She might have forced it there, trying to take the net position.
Another great Vibora to the body. That's very effective shot when you see, when your partner tells you that your opponent is at the net. That Vibra, the faster you can hit it, is really hard for the opponent at the net to put it back in.
That is also very unusual for Nerea. I haven't seen her miss that in this whole match yet. This is when her body's also getting tired.
Quite.
The fatigue builds up, especially because you've had a hard semifinals beforehand.
2 set points.
That's right. We have a third set.
Yes, we have a third set. That's how I think that's how both Alba and Jimena want to play the sets, and that's what the coach has been trying to tell them, that keep the net position as much as you can, put the balls back a lot in the middle, and wait for that opportunity to finish off rather than taking risks way before. So I think that has worked really well in the second set. They did push themselves to take a few risks which were unnecessary, but that's worked really well for them. As you know, you were saying how much of a risk they should take, and I think they have taken quite a bit of risks, but calculated.
Yes.
In about 60, 70, or pushing it up to 80% of aggression, and they've tried to finish off when you have that right on your racket to finish off.
Yes, spot on, Austin. I also seeing that Jimena and Alba have been trying to getting into the net position, right?
Yep. They're trying to hold that position.
Carla and Nerea, I think, trying to force them off that net position.
Yep.
They were doing a few
Yes.
high risks. They were trying to force it instead of just patiently rebuilding it, as we've seen them do in the first set.
Yeah.
In the first set, they were very patient, get into that position, and then just come in straight, hard, and hot. But in this case, they tried to overforce it, I think.
Right.
They rushed it, so that's where we see the rare instances of mistake, for example, of Carla with the smash, which we haven't seen in the whole game yet.
Oh, true. So because they're doing a lot more lobs than usual, they are getting lobbed a lot more as well. And that, as you said, forces you to come up with shots which you're not comfortable with. One thing they could change, Carla and Nerea, is to probably give a few more chiquitas to bring both Jimena and Alba closer to the net, then lob, so that your lobs are a lot more offensive than defensive. But let's see how much they can get that done in the third set. But as everyone wanted here, me and you as well, to have a third set. And also, it's good to see that since the physio had come midway first set, they have not asked for the physio, so which means Jimena is pretty okay to continue without any struggle. And we've seen her do quite well in the second set, moving up and down, smashes. Yes. So I feel both the teams are equally fit now to complete the third set.
Now it's anyone's game.
Yeah.
Now it's anyone's game. Now I can see Carla. She's a bit. We say in Latin America, bronca. So it's not anger. Yeah. It's more like she feels that she should have done better or won that in a sense. Now Nerea with the serve.
Start the third set.
See, Carla there, trying to poach a ball that, if you poach it, yes, you can win that point. But I think she's forcing it there. Yeah. She's being a bit too aggressive.
Yes. I think she's trying to do things a bit differently. That could have been a good move if Alba's shot was slightly slower, but she did the right thing, I would say, just to put you off a little bit so that you can win some cheap points, but it actually worked against your own partner.
Yes.
was ready to get that across because Carla was moving up to attack that ball.
Yes.
If Alba had played that to the centre, Carla was ready, but Alba had this.
Now this is a tough position now for Carla and Nera because they have not been doing things wrong, but they've been
Right.
trying to get into this third set with a lot of pace.
Yes.
It's worked against them, as you say.
Yeah.
Right. So how are they going to adapt? Because they clearly just conversed there. They're going to adapt into something.
The 40.
Break point. Triple break points.
Not had that since the first set.
That's right. And it was on the other side.
So as you can see, the momentum have shifted so much. Both Nerea and Carla are trying to communicate, but as you said, Carla is not, from her body language you can see that she thinks that what she's doing is probably right, and Nerea is probably not supporting it enough. That's the kind of body language you feel that you can see from here. I don't know if viewers can see that clearly.
Yes. I think in the case of Carla as well, she's a very feisty player.
Yeah.
And she's very fiery.
Yeah.
She's very fiery, right? And fiery type of players.
So you can see that Nerea is trying to go to her and say, look, I'm trying to guess that it's just to calm her down, saying it's just a break if they break.
Yes.
You know, you keep carrying on. We do not change our
strategy.
Yeah. And also, more importantly, your body language needs to be up for the next. I mean, it has to go for an hour. It has to be for the next hour. You just got to keep going.
Two break points saved. One more to save if they want to go for the deuce. Since Carla seems to have also calmed down, right? Whatever Nerea has talked to her, it seems to have taken effect.
Yep.
Right, so now if Carla just stays focused and allows Nerea to help support her, to set her up, they should be able to come to the deuce here.
And as we said in the beginning, for Nerea and Carla, they are their own coaches.
Yes.
They don't have a coach at the bench, so it does make things a little bit tricky when one thing's one way and the other thing's the other way.
There we go. They work themselves back up.
A lot of sigh from the crowd saying, "What was that?"
Yeah.
It's very easy to say all this from outside when you think, "Oh, you know, I would have done that better." But it is a tempting shot again because from your backhand you always feel like the other player in the net is not expecting, so you can surprise them.
Correct.
But it's a very risky shot.
That was unlucky. I thought it would be a tap out as well.
Yes.
All right. Humanity showing disappointment that it didn't go out.
Carrying on. You see that you miss a shot, you keep going.
Yeah.
It would have been a dream start to be a break up in the third. Carla's decision, I would say it's a 50-50. She went for the shot. Alba was there, but
Alba was not able to execute the parallel shot.
Lucky.
Oh, that's a coin toss, right? 50-50. She got it.
Yeah, she got it, yes. It was a risk take because she knew Alba had to run up a lot.
Wow.
Nerea's defense has been spot on in this game. Changing that defense goal for something we were talking about earlier. To get that ball from the corner, putting that as a lob, then being able to do the river off their lob. I think that's how you turn.
Yes. I think an important element here, like we were talking about the mental game, right? So they were 0-4 in their serve.
Yeah.
They managed to claw themselves back and win that game. So of course their confidence in their abilities and their strategy worked.
Yep.
Right. And I think Nerea's leadership here, right? Because Nerea is the more experienced player between herself and Carla. Nerea's leadership and experience definitely played an incredible role in being able to not let their opponents get away with that game. Now,
spot on.
Now, nonetheless, Jimena and Alba, right? They had a triple break. And now, I feel that even though they lost this one, right? It doesn't affect them as much because of the second set of the break.
Yeah.
I mean, they will of course be saying to themselves, we could have won that one.
Correct.
But I don't think it's going to affect them that much.
Because, for example, they were love 40 up in the end of the second set. They lost it, but they came back to finish off the sets.
Yes.
So I think they would know that they can manage. But this is a very important game for them to make sure that they control, make less mistakes. But as I say, this is the first mistake already in the game. Very good use of the lobs here. A shot. Excellent use of the lobs and then change of direction at the right time.
Yep.
Again, among viewers of those beginners and intermediates, that's one shot you should always have in your arsenal. A lob, especially when you have the time to do it. It's one of the most useful shots to play to keep yourself and your teammate in.
Straight body shot there.
Yes. Again, immediate apology and a thumbs up from Carla.
Even though there are rivals for this particular final, good sportsmanship from all four of them. Now, for those who are viewing in, the ladies for this particular game have chosen not to play with outside game.
Okay.
Right.
I think most of our viewers did not know that.
But the men very likely will play with the outside game because, again, this is a choice by the athletes.
Right.
As it's silver, the athletes choose if they wish to play outside game or not for the finals.
That's very interesting to know.
So yeah.
Is that the same for bronze or is just silver and above?
Bronze and silver is the same case, but gold, finals, you have to have outside game.
Outside game. Jimena mixing it up between being aggressive and keeping the lobs quite high.
Ooh.
The amount of spin on that shot from Carla.
Yes, but I think
it's the most amount of spin we've seen today on a bandeja or a ribera today.
And I think in a sense Carla rushed it because that ball looked like it would be out, the one that Jimena hit.
Yes.
But she managed to still win it with that very good spin, as you say.
Yes. Again, the reaction time to decide on those shots are so minute that you can't make that decision. So this is what I think Alva's been trying to tell Jimena about that lob. It's a very, very good position for
Nerea, right?
Nerea to be in to get that river across to Alva. I think they're talking about that again. It's because that shot has hurt Alba a lot. If
Yes.
you really closely look at it, I think Alba's explaining to her again that that shot is costing me a lot of points, or costing us a lot of points. We need to change that lob more towards the center, or at least to the left side shoulder
Yes.
of Nerea, so that we do not get punished like this.
Additionally, right now, this is a very good position for Carla Nerea.
Yeah.
2-0 up on the serve. They've just broken their opponents, right? And they've had two the first one they caught themselves out from from love 40. And in the second one, they broke them, so they're in a very good position right now.
This will boost them up so much. Now you can see Carla feeling that she can even move across to get the shots back. So that break in the last game would pump them up so much more.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be as bad as the first set for
Hopefully not.
Jimena and Alba, because
There's Alba's been having a few unforced errors exactly in that position. I mean, some of them from the Vibra, yes, as
correct,
you say.
yes, correct.
But she's been having some very unusual unforced errors.
Yeah, agreed. She's not letting the ball go to the glass that much today than I've seen. Maybe she knows that Nerea's Vibras are quite good. So that's a good one. Very good volley to the fence from Carla.
Now let's see if they change their strategy. The coach here is immediately having a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But the strategy and the tactics that Carla and Nerea have discussed between themselves on and off the court is already clearly bringing them bountiful rewards here on the third set.
They are not giving much net position to Jimena and Alba the last 3 games. That's the biggest difference so far. So I'm sure the coach will be telling them to see we are getting pushed to the back a lot.
Yeah.
We're not gaining net position enough. The Vibras, I'm 100% sure that the coach will talk about the Vibra that Alba is not able to defend. Those two things has to be changed. They need to get net position a lot more, and they really need to avoid giving Nerea that shot, which is the aggressive Vibra, which goes to the feet of Alba almost.
Now, based on what you just said, Austin, right, do you think they can apply what they did on the second set? Because clearly if they try to apply the same thing, of course Carla and Nerea would already have gone through that.
Yeah, they would have.
Right, so can they force that same strategy, or try to do that strategy but have to, in a sense, I should say, spice it up a bit, in a sense, right, not be predictable?
Yeah, maybe this service game they change to taking a bit more risk, but I think when you are 3-love down, you as a team and your coach would always say, let's just get the balls back in, let's not make mistakes. I think that would be the overriding mindset you would have initially. But when you win, say if you're up 30-love, 40-love, then you probably go a bit more aggressive. But it would be interesting to see how Jimena and Alba at least try to keep that net position when you're serving.
Yes.
New balls.
Now, there's a bit of an advantage, of course, when you're already warm into the game, right? When you have when you're having an injury or an discomfort, you kind of lose it a bit. The feeling of it, because your body's warm, your blood's warm. So, I think in this case, more than a physical part, I mean, barring the fact of fatigue, right? It's really a mental part right now.
This game is crucial for Jimena and Alba. Let's see. It was good to see that Jimena trying to be a bit more aggressive. That's
more decisive there.
Yep.
Carla trying to pounce on that ball. Carla's just itching to get on that ball, isn't she?
Has to be her favorite shot to finish off.
And that's why she's a left-sided player, right?
She hasn't missed one, I think, for today. And the fact that she could smash parallel and the point face out of the court, having those two options just made her go for the third option, which is a smash down the center, which most of the time the opponents are not ready for.
It gives her unpredictability.
Yeah.
Wow.
Credit to Carla for picking that ball up, which was almost
Dead ball there.
probably 2-3 centimeters off the ground.
But props for Jimena with that very angled one.
To finish off, not finish off, but put her again in a very difficult position for Carla to come back.
This is a very bad position for Jimena and Alba.
I have to say, sorry.
Go ahead, please, go ahead.
I have to say they are trying to keep that net position as much as they can, but Carla and Nerea are clearly pushing that ball a lot more to the centre and then opening up the sides to be at the net to finish off.
Yes,
sorry,
I mean, they have that leeway, right? They're 3-0 up.
Yep.
They have the leeway to try. Well, four now.
So it's to come back from 2 breaks down. It's a hard ask, but it's not doable. Like not impossible.
Not impossible. It's but it's hard when your opponents are also world-class athletes.
Yeah.
Right. It's hard. It's doable, but hard.
They would want to get 1 break back and be able to play a bit more at the net.
But it is fundamental that they have the break here. It is fundamental. Oh, I think Jimena rushed that one too.
Sometimes you do run out of ideas.
Yes.
And your mind just goes back to the default of let me try to finish the points as quick as I can. Go through the same, but
well, that's very rare. But lucky win there for Jimena. Still, they're in a complicated position right now. But and this is you just go for it all.
I think that was what she was trying to do there, trying to be a bit more aggressive. So feeling like I don't want to be slow. I want to make sure that I'm moving faster. I'm trying to put a bit more aggression onto the shots. But the defense from Carla and Nerea is still top class, so it's not easy to finish your points as and when you want to.
I don't know if you can see it, for all viewers, I don't know if you could see that on the live stream, but that was an incredibly low ball.
Yep, that vibra was low, really fast. Alba had to turn around completely to get that ball back, and she has been hurt by that shot a lot.
Yes.
And it's good to see that she could get it back. Unlucky. She was there at the position to get that shot.
Probably Jimena without her foot injury would have probably gotten that one. Well placed by Nerea there. Very well placed. She has that leeway. She has that credit, as we can say.
Clearly.
She took a risky shot, but closed out that game very well. Now, love 5 down. Do you go down guns blazing?
It's hard to do that because you've not got the confidence to go for your shots now. So already mentally and physically you feel like you are down. So in that scenario, it's really hard for your hand and legs to hold up to the shots you want to really play. So it has to be getting into the points a lot more before finishing off. There's no other way to get out of it. You could possibly play one game and finish in 30 seconds where you go all blazing, and it could work against you or for you, but that's something which I don't think the coach would recommend at all. And it's the same for if we have viewers who are beginners, intermediates. When a game which is like this, where you are down and you're trying to get back into the match. You could try to change and go full risk and try to risk that game.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, what works for you is your average. What you can put back into the court over and over is what helps you to stay in the match. So as a coach, I think that's what he's trying to say, that let's try to hold our serve by keeping that net position and then see from there.
So basically one step at a time, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I think, because it's really hard to go guns blazing at the moment because you have a lot of confidence.
Especially when you're rivals, right? They're playing well.
Yep.
They're playing really well. They're very consistent.
Yep.
And they also have such a wide array of skill sets
Yep.
that they're not being predictable.
Correct.
Right? So you can try going guns blazing, but that might just go the opposite way.
Yeah.
And you're just giving the game to your rivals on silver platter.
Yes. And also, if this game goes your way by building up the points, then you know that you're getting back into that rhythm again and you have more chances in the long term. 5-love is a very tough position to be in.
Yep.
But I think consistency definitely has to be the game plan.
Carla fixing something on her hair.
That's something which we might not see in the next finals.
I don't think so, right?
Clip the net there.
Yeah.
Bit of a lucky shot for Carla.
Fortunate there, but still well placed.
Yep.
Alba was nowhere near that one.
No, it was a hard one for him to pick up for the turn.
Carla has been placing those shots really well.
Yeah. The Chiquitas in this game has already put Jimena and Alba in very difficult position. They're not able to keep aggression from the net.
Yeah. This is 3 match points at the same time as 3 break points.
Points, because the set started off with 3 break points, which I think was a huge turning point off. Serving 1 point away from the match. Carla and Nerea wouldn't have thought it would have been this easy sailing in the third set. Game, set and match for the number 2 seeds, Carla and Nerea.
Congratulations to Carla and Nerea. Also, big kudos for Alba and Jimena. Very well played match, very well won, methodical. They managed to adapt them. They won the first set round very fairly well. Second one, they were, I wouldn't say they were taken back, but I'd say that Jimena and Alba were able to recover very quickly. But in the third set, Carla and Nerea, game plan changed, ran away with the game.
And it's good, and it's also good to see that whether you are playing at any level, whenever you lose the first set, it's not the end of the match.
Yeah.
You can always turn it around, you can always come back. Sometimes when it gets to the third set, it just goes it goes the other team's way quite quickly, and you just can't come back. But credits to both the teams, they got here, they're both in the finals. Game was a decent game of paddle. We had all these viewers watching it.
So that was a very enjoyable game. Now, please viewers, don't go away. We will have the awarding ceremony for the ladies. And after that, the men's silver finals will start. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. And here the men are warming up for the FIP Silver Final in BALI 2026. So who do we have? Who do we have for tonight, Austin? Please let us know.
Well, it's the first seeds against the fourth seeds. Right, we have at the moment players are warming up. We've got the number 1 seeds, Marcus Gonzalez and Martin Abud, facing the number 4 seeds, Miguel Morales and Borja Trillo.
Well, now this is an interesting one because if I am not mistaken, Abud is from Paraguay, is he not?
Yes. So the interesting fact for today of both the men's and women's finals, obviously a total of 8 players. The only person who's not Spanish is Martin. I mean, it shows the pure dominance of Spain at the moment in the sport.
Yes.
They're definitely a class apart, as well as Argentina.
Yes,
as you can see, Indonesia almost becoming a big hub of sports, especially for paddle.
That's right.
And attracting a lot of coaches from South America and obviously Europeans, but as you know, the history of paddle, players from Spain, Argentina pretty much dominate.
Heavyweights in the sport.
100%. So we have to give it to Martin that he's the only one who's representing South America.
That's correct. Now, these players, right, we have been able to be seeing them in the tournament.
Yeah.
And they're quite explosive, all of them.
Correct. Yes.
Right, they're quite explosive. They've been able to eliminate all the other favorites. When I say by favorites, I don't necessarily mean because either they're higher seeds or not, but players who are much more well known by the people.
Yep.
In this part of the world. And in this case, most of these players, except for Borja, right? Not that well. A lot of people, they don't really know them that well in that sense.
As they're warming up, as you can see, they're warming up their smashes the most.
Yes. Now,
than anything else. And as you can see, when we were watching the warming up of the women's, you could see that's a lot more bandejas, riberas, volleys that they warm up, because men's game has become so physical, as I said earlier, that the smash is probably the only way to win points. So it seems like even in warm-ups you see them trying to get that rhythm already before getting into the match.
Correct. Now, we would like to repeat to all viewers, especially some who might be just tuning in right now, right, that as this is a silver, outside play is permitted if both pairs choose to want to play outside play.
It's up to the players to choose.
Correct.
So for FIP bronze and silver,
yes,
players can choose whether outside play, which means for the ones who are complete beginners to the paddle, that it's running out of the court when someone smashes the ball.
Yes.
They have the chance to bring that ball back in.
Yes.
Out of the court, as they call it. Yes. So
now, additionally, though, usually in bronze and silver, ladies finals, they choose not to do it.
Okay.
Right. They choose not to do it most of the time. But men's in bronze and silver, they tend to choose want outside play. And why? Because as you were explaining right now, that some of the only ways to win points sometimes is through a smash. The men want to have a chance to chase that ball.
Correct. Yes.
You don't want to just leave it as a lost ball, right?
Yes.
Now, we are just hoping that it has been permitted. Of course, they discuss it with the head referee.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the game will start right now. It seems that both the pair of Abud, right, will be able to start the game.
Yep.
They will be serving. So Abud here from Paraguay will be starting the game. So Marcos Martin against Borja Miguel. And we are going to be starting right now. And I am expecting a very explosive game.
Yes. I'm expecting that too. Men's game has gone quite explosive, and these courts are not slow either. So we're going to see a lot of pot twists, pot force, and tap outs. Both the teams will be looking at gaining that net position, keeping that game to their favour by staying there. The team who's defending will try to keep all those balls as close as to the net as they can and try to move in as they get a Chiquita.
Now,
trying a Chiquita there. Didn't work.
Interesting point to mention, right? In the case of Borja, he's the only one who's a lefty right now in a match. So that allows, that makes it very interesting because it gives you more variety of shots that you can do, especially when opponents give you a middle ball, a central ball, right?
Yep. So that's lucky net clip there.
Wow. Well placed there by Borja.
Good apology as well from Borja. He did not mean to that. Yes,
we're still starting out, so they're kind of feeling each other out,
correct, yes.
feeling themselves into the game. Probably as the games progress, they will start getting more and more explosive.
Absolutely.
Well, that was just in.
Yes.
Borja giving the thumbs up, recognizing that was a very good shot.
It's a very good shot. So even
all the players even giving the thumbs up to the referee.
The ref, I mean, including us and the ref, we thought it has gone out, but it was actually a very good shot. And Maximilian, as you can see, that any height that is given to the players at the net would be punished. So, as you can see, that although Martin missed that shot,
he wanted to kill that ball.
That would be the theme of the match moving forwards.
That's why you want to keep, in male games, mostly the ball, as you told us before. The game is very close to the net.
Yep. So
well called out there by Martin. Very well called out there. Holding back.
Yes.
Holding back.
Because when you're that aggressive, even that shot you would be tempted to hit. So you can see that those are professional players where they can actually make that decision to change at the last moment. I'm not saying every time, but most of the time they've got that capability to do that. And that's how fast they're moving to the net. So sometimes it's even harder for them to stop and change the decision. But with that skills and capabilities, they could maneuver even while they're moving that aggressively to the net.
Very well attacked there by Martin. Very well. Just giving that element of surprise.
Yes.
Not letting Borja there and Miguel stay comfortable.
No, correct.
Knowing that any ball that's a bit too slow might get pounced on.
Borja's serve was quite good. Did get a decent lob to punish, but was not quick enough, already enough to get that position to get it out of the court, as in like bring it back to your own side. So Borja would think about that shot again when he does that next time. Very well.
Oh wow.
It was a decent disguise from Borja because it looked like he was going to go for the smash, but then he changed it to a rouleau. But Martin was ready with an answer.
Yes, a very aggressive answer to that one.
Not the best of starts for service games for this team.
No.
The number 1 seeds.
Straight into Borja, that one.
But again, it's to do with that lob from Miguel not getting the height he wanted. It was a bit too early to do that.
Yes.
It was a difficult one to manage, and as we said, any height on any of these balls will be punished really, really hard.
Now Borja and Miguel trying to come up with a game plan very quickly. You want to come with something quick right now because it's such an explosive game like this. You don't want to let your opponent just run away with the ball.
And it's very easy to have that because the game is so fast. The average shots last 3 or 4 in a rally, number of shots. So it's hard to get going.
A bit too tall there for Borja. So that's where we see that again, that spin. Right, the spin that athletes do is not just a flat smash.
No.
Right, it's actually a smash with a lot of spin so that the ball kicks up once it hits the glass at the back.
Yep.
Wow, Martin.
It's I have to say it's one of the nicest shots to see in paddle these days. That Bahada usually used to be punished, hit hard to the center or at the person at the net, but that variety to make your opponent get surprised is something very nice to see.
Now, this is an interesting part here. Martin, right? That's like several shots that's already won points, punishing Borja's left side.
Yeah.
Right?
Borja's not really been able to read Martin yet, and I think it'll take time for them to get used to each other's game style and get going. Let's see. It has been 4 minutes or 5 minutes, 3 games.
Now Borja there was expecting the ball to do a por tres.
Yes.
And if it was, he would have been well positioned for that.
He was ready to go out and get that back. We would have had out of the court moment.
Oh, this is very fast for a 3-0. But again, as you've been telling us, right? Men's paddle is very different.
Yeah.
In essence, because of how explosive it is.
Yeah.
One pair who are on top of the game can run away very quickly with several games, right?
Yes.
Now, that is not to say that Borja and Miguel can't recover from this.
Not at all.
Right? Not at all. But the difference I see as well is, we're talking about the coaching, right? Marcos and Martin have a coach.
Yes. So, as we said in the women's finals, Aswood, it's not a rule that the team with the coach would win, because in the finals of the women's we had one team who had the coach and the other team didn't, but the team without the coach won that match.
Yeah.
So having a coach is not necessarily a guarantee that you're going to play your best or you're going to come up with tactics you're going to make you win against other teams. It's end of the day, it's up to you to do that on the court. The coach is there to really prompt you, to give you ideas on what to do, but then it's end of the day, you and your partner working as a team mentally and physically to make sure that you follow that pattern and tactic and try to get the game within your plan. So let's see how service games would be hard to break on the court, because aggressive serve, both the players moving into the net, and aggressive volleys, any high balls would be punished. So let's see how this game.
And it's a lefty serving.
Yes.
Borja with the smash. Not necessarily a kick smash, but enough weight behind that ball.
Correct. Yes.
Right, enough weight behind that ball.
Yes. Marcus couldn't really make much out of that shot.
Well done by Miguel.
Yeah. So, Borja has not touched that ball in this. I mean, I'm trying to say is that if we have a very good aggressive serve and you're moving into the net, and you have your first shot.
Wow.
I was about to say, if you have your first shot really aggressive and low, you would have won that point. But as you can see, when you give up even that much height on your volley, it's really hard to keep your net position.
Ball still in play. Borja chased that ball.
Got it back,
but pace was a bit too small, too slow, and the ball was not close to the glass enough.
Correct.
So it was a very easy ball there for Martin.
It's hard to pick that ball up and put it into the corner or close to the glass. You can just, all you can really hope is just put it back in.
Yeah. Let's keep it alive. Nice tap out there by Miguel. Very nice tap out.
So you can see both teams are going to rely on smashes a lot, and they will be caught out sometimes not having the best smashes, and we would see quite a bit of tap outs.
Well, that was a very important game for them to win.
Yeah,
They got broken in the previous one, but in this game, it just proved to themselves that they can do this. Right? They just have to continue. It's an unfortunate break in the beginning.
Yeah.
It can happen to any pair. Right? So now it depends on what strategy they can build to try and get themselves back in the game, because they have to find the break back. Right.
The only way to get back into the set is to break back, but again, in men's paddle, breaking serves usually a hard thing to do. Nothing against anyone's
it's a
game.
Different style, right?
Yes, it's just the way they play is so different to what we see we saw in the women's final.
Well done by Miguel there. Holding the line. But Miguel's ball is very interesting because it passes the net and it just dips very quickly.
Yep. So it's very, very good chiquitas.
Nah, that's kind of a cheeky one, but
that was
maybe
almost
half a second too late.
probably almost like the only option he had there.
Yeah.
To play that shot.
15-all.
Quite unlucky there. It did.
But the crowd's getting riled up. They want to see this. Yeah. Quite unlucky there.
Yes.
Quite unlucky there.
Martin and Marcus
just barely out the tap out. Punishing that very high ball.
Yes.
Very high ball and slope and very with very little pace.
Correct.
Borja just punishing that right now. But clearly that's not Borja aiming for the feet. I'm sorry, Miguel aiming for the feet.
Yeah, correct. So Miguel's initial shot to that corner that's the one which set him up for that high ball which he could attack.
Yeah. Miguel getting caught back. Oh, parallel bajada there.
And as you can see, Martin played that shot really close to the net, which means even if Miguel has got that ball back, it would have been another step forwards for Martin to finish up that shot. So you can see that even on the shots they're comfortable with, they're trying to keep the ball as close as to the net as possible. Any height getting punished quite bad.
Okay, so we see here, Marcos and Martin have a commanding 4-1 lead, right?
Yeah.
And it's not all about the lead here. Because we're talking about, say, because of the style of the game, you want your balls to be as close to the net as possible.
Yeah.
Which means that your margin for error is minimal.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, not just the margin for error, you're talking about getting the ball close to the nets.
Yeah.
It's more than the margin for error, it's just that you're not giving any height for the other team to really
work on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and what we've seen also, very different to what we've seen in the previous finals, of the women's finals, there's not too many lobs, clearly because they don't want to give the chance to your opponents to do a bajadas or become incredibly aggressive. There's not many lobs, so you have a very limited amount of time to really get your head in the game, get your body warmed up well into the game before suddenly you're 4-1 down.
It does go quite fast, as you said, Maximiliano. And the reason, as you said, the reason we're not seeing many lobs is that it is giving the chance for the other team to finish off aggressively. And the only times you're seeing the lobs is when the other team has done a chiquita, has gotten the team on the net to come closer to the net to defend the chiquita, and then pushing them back. And those are not really high lobs, just sort of slightly faster, lower lobs, which pushes the other team to come back quickly.
Borja serving here.
1-4 down.
Ooh. Borja and Miguel are changing their strategy. They're actually lobbing more right now.
Yeah.
But it's not working out.
That lobs,
not to Martin.
Yes, the lobs are going high and it's bouncing off the glass quite much, so that it's giving Marcus and Martin the time to do bajadas quite aggressively. So they will have to change that to doing chiquitas first and then doing faster lobs.
Wow. Martin chasing the tap for the tap out there.
Tap out number 5 so far.
Martin's a very, very fast player on the court.
Yeah. And both of them, I mean, comparatively taller than the other 2 players, so they can run up quite faster and get that extra height to jump up and get that ball out of the court.
Also, I think what we can see, right, is the speed that Martin has allows him to get into those positions to actually
yeah, that's true.
position himself for those smashes.
Yes. That's very good corner to corner lobs. A nice ruler from
Unfortunately for Marcos.
But it's a very smart shot from Borja, because Marcus actually thought that Borja is going to go for the portrait, so he started running up already and got caught in between.
Just out.
Borja is still not able to compete against Martin across the court. He's been put in a more of a defensive position most of the time than the offensive
No,
position.
Martin said to try, but both of them did try. So 1 for 1, right? But again, as you said, sometimes you have no other alternative.
Yeah, no choices.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You want to try to play the ball, and maybe you strike lucky.
You are facing the glass, and then there's no way you can turn around in time to get that ball back. It's quite difficult to see this happening to Miguel and Borja, because as you can see, Miguel is just a bit, not annoyed, upset that they're not able to keep the net position. Borja's choice of shot is not getting them in a position where they can get to the net enough. So it's easier to see that frustration, but that's not, I think, we're no one to judge, but what I'm trying to say is that you will have to talk in a very good way to make your partner understand that, look, this is what is happening.
Yeah.
We just need to change that pattern to make sure that we have to get net positions. So probably more chiquitas, faster lobs to get them board back.
Now the other thing also, like maybe a lot of viewers are saying, why is Borja still giving it always to Martin? It's not necessarily that he wants to give it aside to Martin. It's just sometimes the shot is really hard to change the direction.
Correct.
Without risking shooting it out or coming short, right?
Absolutely. That's the right word, risking, because you want to play your high percentage game.
Yes.
And going cross for you is so much more natural than going parallel.
Marcus overshooting that one.
No, I think
was that it?
It just landed in. Yeah, actually, yes.
Oh wow.
It's one of the toughest smashes to do, where you let the ball, as you said before, spin a lot and then it bounces just before the glass. And as it's hitting the glass, it bounces up way too high. It's one of the best smashes to have, but it's also one of the toughest ones to learn.
Very tight.
Yes,
very
would
tight.
Not recommend that for beginners or intermediates, or even some of the advanced players.
Right, every time I try, I get it out. Calling it out. Second serve. Borja a bit frustrated there. He got caught on his feet.
Yeah. In this match so far, Borja is the one who's not been able to find his feet.
Yes.
To be able to keep up with the pace and the rhythm of the match, so he feels like he can't play. That's first set.
Ooh, that was
6-1. It's very quick. As we
That's
said
a
at the
very quick
beginning,
first set.
the men's game could, I mean, not just the men's, even we saw in the women's, the first set went quite fast with 6-1. It's not only just the physical part of it or the speed of it, it's just that the number of mistakes you do makes the length of the rallies so much shorter that you're not even getting into the game. So at the moment, Borja is finding it really, really hard to even stay in the rallies.
I also think that in the sense that Martin has been Martin has been able to really focus on Borja, specifically on the diagonal shots, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that Martin believes that Borja is the weakest link.
No,
not
no,
like that. But he's putting him under pressure, especially since Borja has been having several mistakes.
Yep.
And that's when the mental element comes in, right?
100%.
Martin and Marcos have been pressuring Borja quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because in general, Miguel has been quite consistent.
Correct.
Right? Has been quite consistent. So they know where they have to try and focus themselves. Try to throw Borja off his game, prevent him from actually coming in.
Yep.
And if you prevent him from coming in, right, it doesn't allow Borja to fully express his skills.
Yes, correct.
Because as one of the finalists, he has an amazing skill set.
No, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And there's also sometimes, now, when we said the seed, this number one seed, Martin and Marcus, they're within the top 100 in the world. Marcus is 88 and Martin is 99. Right? Borja is 190 ranked in the world, which, to be fair, it's a very high or very good ranking. And then you've got Miguel, who is 152 in the world. So you've got a team which is in the top 100, within the 100, against a team which is in the top 200.
Yes.
So there is a bit of a gap in the level when you look at the rankings. So you have that pressure already going into the match.
Right.
So when you lose a couple of games on your serve, you feel like, you know what, it's not really working for me. I have to do things which are beyond what I really have to do.
So push your limits, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Probably the points.
I honestly don't know how Martin got that ball.
Great defense from Martin. Yes. But it is good to see that Miguel now on his serve, he's trying to keep that serve really low, and the first shot's quite low. The first 2 points has done that now.
Oh, this is the first time Borja catches Martin on his feet.
Yes.
So it's the little steps, because this is the second set. Sure, you're one set down, but you can get over this.
Correct.
Right? Don't think of the points of the first set anymore. Think on the second set, and that's, I think, what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
You overshot that by a bit.
Just out, I think. Yep. But that's the right shot to play, because you need to start believing that you can have that Viberas and Rulos and Portes going against Martin for you. If you are to win this match, you have to do it. If not, you will not win that match by playing parallel. So it's the right shot to play, right time to do it. That was an incredible save. It's not an out of the court moment, because he
did it in the court,
tapped that ball into the net,
but he killed that ball in the net. But still,
40-30, one more game point. This is important for Borja and Miguel to make sure that they get this game in their bag, so they have that opportunity to make sure that they feel better about themselves and they can give a fight.
Well done there by Borja.
I think that's a good deserving game for both of them, because that would bring back a bit of belief.
Yes. And also, in a sense, it was a risky shot.
Yes.
Because it's very close to the fence.
Correct.
It was a risky shot, but it's also on Martin's backhand.
Yeah. Absolutely, spot on.
And we've already seen in the match so far that Martin has a very mean forehand. Right? I'm not saying he has a weaker backhand. I'm not saying that at all, please. But it is catching him off guard.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's a bit of a surprise in that sense.
I think that's the change they've done in this game, that change up that shot to Martin a little bit, so that he's not expecting the same pattern every time.
Ooh. There's doubts if that was a touch or not.
good to see Borja getting
No,
to
not a
his
touch.
normal self. He's
Yeah.
being a bit more aggressive.
Nice playing off the glass there by Miguel. Oh,
Wasn't a bad shot to try.
no.
Probably aiming.
And plenty of spin, so it was
Yes,
pretty nice shot.
yes, he was aiming at Marcus, to be fair, but
Again.
didn't have the option there.
Ooh, a bit short there.
Martin did get away with that shot, that smash.
Yeah.
So that was more sort of a flat smash rather than the topspin smash. The flatter smashes tend to get back to the net quicker, so you're trying to outpace your opponent who is staying at the back of the court.
Nicely played by Borja.
Yep. Both Miguel and Borja now moving a bit better. They're feeling they're in the game.
Maybe more loose, right?
Yes.
Maybe more loose. They already
Yes.
got the nerves out. They already got
Correct.
the initial shock out.
Yes.
Right?
Because when you lose that first set 6-1, it could be quite demotivating, but I think it also lets out
Remove the pressure.
all the pressure you have.
Oh. Borja getting caught on the glass there.
But Miguel's defense there, making Martin and Marcus play one more shot to make them understand that, look, we are here, you're not going to get easy points, we're just going to give the balls back to you, you have to finish.
Yeah.
Not that shot though.
That's one element I've been also watching. Martin has been giving a lot of very deep balls at that part to Borja.
Yep.
Right? And Borja, I think I've counted 3 or 4 times that his backhand comes out short.
Correct.
Right? Well, I'm not sure if he's just mistiming it. The way I'm reading it is because Martin is giving a lot of pace.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. So Martin is giving pace with that depth, and also Borja is trying to make sure that he needs to get that shot so close to the net onto the feet of Martin to not get punished. So in that sense, you are likely to push the ball shorter than longer. So
Yeah.
it would usually end up in the net rather than getting it over the net. So that's what is happening. So technically, both of them are trying to do something which is part of their plan to keep it low, closer to the net, but sometimes it's just not enough. Good save there from Martin. That's another tap out.
Another tap out. That was a difficult situation for Miguel there.
Yeah, Martin had made that previous shot, the volley, really low, making it get to both the glasses before Miguel can turn around and put it back on. But that's how you do a really good volley. This is something good for beginners and intermediates if you're listening. When you have done a very good shot at the net, which is a backhand or a forehand volley, and you see your opponent struggling, you start getting closer to the net. Gives you the chance to finish all the points at the net. Another serve and smash to finish the point. So you see how quick these points are going.
Yes. Oh, very low on that one. Well chased there. Well chased by Marcos. Amazing.
Yes.
A bit unfortunate there for Borja because he was in the position.
No, I think it has come straight to him. He was expecting it closer to the net. I think
Okay.
It's gotten straight at him.
Because he tried to use the right and it just clipped it.
Yep.
Right.
Couldn't be ready for that shot. But is that the first out of the court moment for tonight? For this match?
I think so. Yes.
Goes to the number 1 seats.
Cheeky pass there by Marcos.
Yeah.
By Marcos, right? Very cheeky pass.
Yeah. But you see, they make it look so much easier than what we would think. It's just that the position they get into, the footwork, the movement of their hand and the racket.
Borja very frustrated, not knowing that was.
No,
I don't want to say uncalled error or unforced error. That was, how do you say that? That was a shot that more often than not you don't miss.
Yeah.
More often than you're not, because there will always be an element that you can miss a shot. There's a risk to it. But that one, it was very unfortunate because he was primed and well positioned.
Yeah, true.
And additionally, Miguel was very well positioned. So if that shot gone in, Marcus would be in a very difficult position to answer
that shot back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also because the first shot which came to, whenever a good shot comes to you and you play it back and you think that point is over, sometimes you're in a position you think, oh, it's not going to come back. That's what just happened there. That extra ball coming back to you puts you out of position sometimes, and you end up doing a mistake which you usually wouldn't. So in paddle, we always say you got to be ready for every single shot. You cannot think that any shot you played is over until it's actually over. And there's also, we say, it's easier to react sometimes than anticipate, because if you are ready, you're ready to move, you're in your position, you can react better than anticipating or expecting the ball to go a certain way and it doesn't. So it's always best to think in a way that I'm going to react to the shots rather than expecting it to go some way. Not always the case, but in general that would be the best.
Now this is a difficult situation for Borja and Miguel. They just got broken. Right. Marcus and Martin are serving 2-1 up.
Yes. Marcus and Martin's not been broken yet, so I'm guessing their service games, they're keeping their net position, staying aggressive. They'll probably do the same pattern here.
And since Marcus is serving, Martin's in the net, already there, ready to pounce. Let's see how Borja and Miguel handle this. Miguel almost actually got that one.
Yeah.
Very close. I think it was just one step out.
Yes. And for the ones who are watching at home, beginners, intermediates, or even some of the advanced players, the shot that was just hit from behind the line, a portress which bounced close to the glass and went out of the court. It's probably one of the riskiest shots in paddle, which needs to be executed with precision. One of the hardest shots.
It's good to have that in your arsenal of skills, isn't it?
It's very hard to have that in your arsenal, though. It's one of the most, if not the most difficult shot to play.
That's one of the skill sets that is very important for athletes who want to be at the top.
Correct.
They need to have that as a basic skill set for themselves.
Yes,
basically.
yes.
Although the skill is not a basic skill at all.
Yeah, Miguel and Borja are still struggling to get to the net position, but it is quite obvious that when you have aggressive serve coming at you and then you can't push the team that is serving out of the net position, this is a very common position you get into where you get punished for every high ball.
So 2 balls have already been gone, so the officiating team is opening
a new can of balls.
Nice lob, that one.
Yes, that's the fast, quick lob.
Well played by Borja, that one.
Yes, and also it's been the longest rally in the match to look at it in terms of how they moved Martin and Marcus up and down.
Yes, in fact, I could see that Martin tried to push Borja backwards, but Borja forced themselves with the smashes. Eventually, the third one,
Yeah.
it was a bit weaker
Yeah.
because it was more almost like a gun kick,
Correct.
which would have given Martin and Marcos a position to get back onto the net.
Yes.
However, Borja was able to hang in there and win that point.
So hard to return these serves because they're coming at quite a good pace.
And quite low.
Quite low. Even when you're trying to keep it low, Martin is able to keep that depth, keep it closer to the glass. It's really hard to play that shot.
In hindsight, Borja doesn't know it, but in hindsight, that would have been good to live for Miguel
Yes.
because there was his forehand.
Yes.
But again, you're in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, no,
Things are going very fast, right? And especially for the people who are watching at home from the stream, we're seeing it from this perspective. But if you're actually from the side, you actually are able to appreciate the speed of these balls.
Yes. Yeah.
And so these balls are by no means slow.
No.
New balls.
And it's just not, when you look at it, it looks slow. It's just that the fact that the amount of spin it has, the amount of weight, as we call it, on the shot, it's so heavy that the shots look slow. But when you are trying to return it off, when that ball hits off your racket, you will feel that how much of that weight is on that racket, on that ball.
They need to win their serve here. It is very important if they want to stay in the game. If not, Marcos and Martin will have too much of a commanding lead.
Yeah, could run away with this match. It is an important service game for both Miguel and Borja.
Borja right that it would be a Portres, but the Portres was further even than the area that was established.
Phenomenal shot. And Marcos is a right side player.
Yeah.
And when you have both the right side player and the left side player being able to be this aggressive, you are running out of choices when it comes to lobs.
They've been identifying this. Martin has had a few unforced errors, or forced errors from that same position.
Correct, yes.
Right. So if Borja and Miguel perhaps play a bit more off that side, maybe they might be able to take a couple of cheeky points out.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they are trying to do that a little bit more. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Miguel's showing on his face that he's not very happy with how he took that point.
Yes. Like, there's a huge difference when you're 30-15 up and you could make the others play a few more points, a few more shots, and then lose the point. That's okay. But that was almost a giveaway, and I think Miguel was quite upset. What's the point on that one?
Bit of confidence back from Miguel.
Yes,
same type of shot.
Same type of shot, but he, instead of going for too much power, he kind of kept it, just dipping it just after the net.
As you say, it's impressive when you have the right side player who's able to do those type of smashes as well as a left side player.
Yeah.
Where's your option?
Yeah, no, it's just so difficult, and that's where I think Borja and Miguel is trying to come up with a strategy to make those shots less punishing for them, but at the moment Marcos is not missing any.
Miguel trying to play off the glass. He sent it out. It's a bit too high there. This is looking quite difficult because both Martin and Marcos, they also have a very good chiquita play.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So you can't really give it to their feet.
Yeah.
You can't really lob them. You probably you have to be a bit more consistent.
Yeah.
In just the low balls on the net.
Correct. You will have to do not just one. It'll have to be 2, 3, even more chiquitas just to get or keep your position.
Nice lob there.
Great save.
Well done there. The crowd going wild. But I think they've also identified another thing here, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, but their lobs at Martin's backhand, Martin's not returning them with as much venom.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a backhand side return is quite hard to play, especially when it's a high ball to your backhand side. And Miguel has done that shot quite well to get Martin to that backhand position towards the glass, which is the least possible position to be aggressive from. So I think this game they played well to gain the net position, although that last point it could have gone in anyone's favour. But they are keeping that pattern a little bit more.
Yes, especially to Martin's backhand there at the corner. They're successfully executing that. The question is, will they be able to capitalize on the points that they gain from that?
Yes, correct. Game.
Oh. They were able to keep their serve.
Yes.
Right.
So that's one big step forwards, and also Martin is feeling more comfortable going across.
Yes.
Sorry, I meant Borja is finding it a bit more comfortable to go against Martin cross court. So
now, I don't think in this case, like Marcos and Martin are riled from. I mean, I don't think they're disturbed by this.
No.
For them, it's like, okay, fine. They didn't manage to hold
their game. Yes.
Yeah, so, but for them, it's. I wouldn't say that Miguel and Borja have been able to turn around the momentum yet.
Not yet. It has to be a break of serve to have that.
And also mentally, right? Mentally, I see that, okay, sure, maybe Martin might be a bit frustrated with some of the shots, right? But he does know, as soon as it's given to his forehand,
yes,
he has shown that he doesn't fail that.
No, true.
Right? So he's probably just waiting for the opportunity again.
Yeah, correct.
Because then basically it depends. Specifically, can Miguel keep that very fine line of those shots on the backhand of Martin, whether it be the low shot with Borja as well, whether it be on the low shot on the backhand at the corner, or those very low lobs that are just out of Martin's reach.
Yes, correct. Let's see if they can keep that going. And I'm pretty sure Martin and Marcus would realise that's happening, and if that's going to happen a lot more, they would change that direction of their shots as well. So you will see, as we said in the other finals, the tactics between teams can change after every changeover.
Yeah. Again, I'd like to see a third set.
Yes. As everyone here.
Nonetheless, Marcos and Martin have an opportunity right now, as it's underserved, to kind of run away with it.
Yep. That's Martin at the right position.
Yes.
So Miguel coming up. He read that shot early enough to place it just the backhand of Borja. Great defense from both the teams.
We were talking about
no lobs nonsense. Yep.
I'm sorry, but we were talking about strategy. They're focusing Borja to his backhand, clearly.
As well, yes. So just both teams. Martin was ready to do that smash as soon as he saw the ball coming up, but Marcus didn't realise that Martin is at his back to smash, and then I think that's a bit of a distraction that couldn't get Martin to a clean smash, but nonetheless Miguel was there. to get that ball out of the court.
Miguel didn't have much of a choice there.
No.
He had to play off the glass, but
Yes.
he didn't manage to get enough spin
Correct.
to put it upwards.
I really thought Martin would do that as a pot forward, not hit straight at Miguel, but he did apologize immediately.
So Martin here with the serve to try and run away with this game.
It was the right decision to have that lob go slightly faster and shorter to Martin's backhand, but overshot it.
I feel that Borja has just not been able to get comfortable in the game.
Yeah.
Miguel has clearly shown that he's actually been able to grow into the game.
Yeah.
Especially the tap outs from his side has come mainly from him.
Yeah.
But Borja, he's just struggling to get into it.
No, when you start off a match and you felt like you've been the one slowing your team down, I think that would be something really hard to get out of. But I think he has come out of it a little bit more than where he started off, and I think he will have to believe in that to keep going and get more of this aggressive volleys and smashes to give himself more chances to be on the positive side.
Well played there by Marcos.
Yeah. And I think because Martin and Marcos are playing so well, they are really making Borja to be rushing through the shots a lot more than he would usually. That is probably
the only gift they'll get.
Yes. And I think we all know how to give one of those gifts.
Yes. Yes. Impressive dynamic there from Miguel. He wasn't looking to put pace behind that smash, but change the angle, change the spin. There's two different spins there.
Absolutely.
All right, just try to get them under, keep them under tiptoes, basically.
Right point there, Maximiliano. It's at this moment you're playing your high percentage shots, also varying it so that you have that upper hand in controlling the rally. Much needed game, very good hold, very good service game from Borja.
Yes.
Executed well, really aggressive at the nets, finishing off the points when he wanted to. That should give Miguel a bit more energy to say, look, it's just one break
away.
Yeah, we just put these balls in and try to get them
as you say,
into longer rallies.
Those long rallies, the confidence for Borja, because he's been trying to do it several times in this game, the portraits, and it's just come out short.
Yeah.
And Martin's been punishing that,
correct.
right? But that portrait was a really good portrait at the right time, because sometimes when you're smashing that often, you will get tired.
Absolutely.
Right? But if you're able to end a point quickly, if you're executed well, you save a lot of energy. You conserve a lot of energy, while at the same time, you give yourself a boost of confidence. Right? And I'm not saying you're demoralizing your opponents. You're definitely not demoralizing at all.
No, not at all.
It gives you that confidence, which is so necessary, especially in such a tight game, especially when you're coming from down. You need that. So I think Borja, this is a very good. That was a very good. Good
that service game, he's done really well. And it's also, again, as he said, or as we discussed before, it's high percentage paddle rather than rushing. He was trying to rush a few shots in between, which got him in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you do not realize that you're rushing.
Yeah.
But I think he got that insight, understand that some of the shots I've just missed out is because I'm rushing. Or maybe Miguel has told him that, you know, we just might have to slow down a little bit. So that last service game is probably the best they've played. Could have gone either way.
A very interesting thing here to see the dynamic of Miguel and Borja. Under conversations, it is Miguel who's very vocal.
Yeah.
Very, very vocal.
Correct.
So not necessarily that he's the one developing the strategy, but he's the one that's communicating very, very often.
That's true. And I think Miguel is the one who's feeling more confident than Borja in this match.
Yeah. Clearly Martin showing that what just happened previously does not affect him.
That's how the best players reset, as we say it. You know, they do not worry about the point they lost. They just only focus on the next point.
Wow! Kudos though to Marcos and Borja there.
Both the teams to be fair.
This time Borja was ready for it.
Yes.
This time he was ready for it.
It's a bit unlucky for Martin. It's hit the top of the net.
You saw that breathe, right?
Yes.
Miguel just breathing out, very close, but he was very good, very intelligent to give that a powerful shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pablo shot.
He saw Borja. He saw Martin wanted to come up.
Correct.
Force him back, straight back.
Yeah. Keeping the net position is so important. So this is a close game for them to actually get a chance to break.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's tough, and he knows that because I know he's been trying that shot quite a few times where he had that into the net, and it will be very frustrating. Big difference between 15, 40 and 30 all.
Yes. Nicely played there.
Yeah.
So they're Borja just choosing consistency and letting Miguel try to change a bit the rally, basically.
Correct.
The tempo of the rally.
Their first break point.
It'll be a very big thing if they manage to get it.
Yep. And it would be nice to see that happen actually, because they have worked hard to get to this position.
Yeah. Very unlucky. Very unlucky.
So as you can see, like even at this level, when you are doing that portres, you're not hitting the best possible portres every time you can. So portres should be a shot you should use when you are 100% sure that you're going to get it right. If not, it's not a shot to go to. Another break point. Very good ruler.
Miguel is the person who knows how to ride out the crowd, isn't he? He takes his time, celebrates the point.
And I think that's one way for them to get back into the match as well. Break point number 2.
Well executed by Marcos. Very well executed.
Miguel and Borja really trying to keep themselves in the match, in the game, in the points. But as we said before, when you have two aggressive players who can smash the court, smash the ball back to their own side, it's a very big task ahead of you.
We can see that Miguel, he's been very intelligent in reading the portres, right? But it is a tall order to get it, especially when it's coming, when you're doing cross court.
Yeah.
He's sure you have the whole speed,
yeah,
but it's very far distance
correct
to cover.
You're just running out and also running as far away from the court than closer to the court. But that was a close game, and I know, and I feel like Miguel and Borja would feel like that should have been a game they could have
turned it around.
Yeah, yeah.
They could have turned it around. They had 2 break points, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 break points, and they were just lacking that final one.
Not just that. That is one part of it, but the way both Marcus and Martin are keeping their aggression it's very good. That it's hard to find that missing part in your game.
Yes.
You might feel like you're missing something in your game, but it's just actually the other 2 players are just on their best today, and also they're not missing that many, and they're keeping balls quite aggressive. Martin was on both sides.
Yes. As you said, like, even though you're giving your best, the opponents are still there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no winners.
Yeah, no. It's almost like you have to hit 2 or 3 winners to get a point. So that will get on to you as well. You know, you are playing your best, but it's just tough.
All right, now this is heavy pressure moment for Miguel and Borja. Every single point right now is golden. Every single point right now is golden.
True.
Well, actually, put there by Borja.
That's probably so far the cleanest and the easiest finish Borja has done.
Yes, yes.
So it's good to see you finally feeling the shot quite comfortably.
That reverse spin volley, right? For many of the viewers, that reverse spin volley is the one that ensures that the ball, when it comes from the glass, it just doesn't raise.
Correct.
It dies.
Yes.
It pretty much dies. So you have to be next to the glass to get that one.
Yep, yep. And Marcus hit it very close to the glass.
Yes.
The ball did die after hitting the glass, and there's no chance of getting it back. But again, there was no one there to get it back because he's done an even better shot before. The beauty of playing the best Chiquita and then transitioning to the net. I mean, if the viewers saw that, that's how you play a Chiquita, and then you move up to the net quick enough that you can intercept the shot before it comes bounce on your side, and then you can finish on the point. Yeah, the first match points.
First match point. Borja tried to get the portress, wasn't able to do it, and then Martin answered with a well-executed portress there. Nicely done by Borja. Catching the feet of Martin, but on the backhand.
Yeah. Very good libero from Borja. Kept it really low. Martin, I think, was expecting it on his forehand side, but
yes,
Borja placed it to the backhand side.
Oh, it's a golden, isn't it?
Very tough shot.
It's golden point. Second use already, golden point. So it's still match point.
Yep. Match point and game point. Precise lob from Martin. Marcus picks it up. Out of the court by Marcus. Miguel goes for the smash.
Oh, gets it. Well, ran in the crowd with the racket there.
He wanted the portress, but nonetheless it did hit the fence and got back to their own side. Gets the point. Match point saved. Still in the match.
And now having to break Marcus and
yes,
Martin.
they have not been able to do that. They've been able to get to break points.
Yes.
But just not being able to convert it. So I'm pretty sure they know that they could do that to get there again. But executing it is going to be hard.
Definitely not going to be easy.
Yeah, and they always, as they say, finishing off a match is the hardest thing to do. Let's see if Marcus and Martin can serve it off.
I really hope that they can get back onto this. We see a 5-5 and then see where it goes.
You really want a third set?
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty sure the crowd would love to have that too.
So because it feels that as well, like Borja's finally been able to get into the game.
Yeah.
And Miguel's actually he's on a high tempo now.
Absolutely.
He's really confident on what he's doing, especially with those in that previous game.
Yeah.
His smashes repeated. He's very confident on what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Right. So having the confidence back on your skill set, right, and having seen that your partner Borja is able to get back into the game, gives you more options of a different tactic or strategy.
Correct.
Right, because if your partner, for example, is struggling with a specific type of shot, it's limiting your options.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely are back in their best self. Maybe a bit too late, you never know.
Yeah.
But they're definitely playing probably the best power they've played in this match. Yeah, in the last two sets, if you compare it to the beginning of the match to the last 15-20 minutes, they've definitely gotten their rhythm. They're playing freely. They feel like they can do it as well. So Borja's trying to get that ball before it bounces. I think that's a strategy they've changed a little bit just now. He was trying to get that ball before it bounces so that he can move up quickly.
Chiquita.
Well managed by Marcus. Love. Miguel did not go away that point. He fought for that point, but Martin was there to finish it off.
That's the type of gift you need to try and get back in.
Yeah.
Martin was. It's a good shot. It's a good try from Martin. He didn't execute well, but it's a good try because that was Miguel's backhand.
Yeah.
Right. It would have been a difficult defense from him.
Yeah. It was probably one of the best Chiquitas I've seen off the glass from Miguel. He was there.
Oh dear.
But when you are running up that fast, you do feel like you could go for the shot and keep it as low as you want to, but it's a difficult one. He tried Can't blame him for trying that one.
Match point.
2 match points for the number 1 seeds. Marcus going for the smash out of the court. Borja was there, but
We
could
have a
not
new
get it back
champion.
in. Yep.
So
Champions of the FIP silver, BALI. Marcus and Martin.
they played amazing, phenomenal paddle
They
today.
were unstoppable from the beginning.
Both Camille were able to claw their way back into the game,
Yes.
but as you say, it was a bit too late. Not in no sense to minimize their performance and their efforts, but Marcus and Martin took too much of a commanding lead.
Yeah, they did. And it was just literally one break which they wanted in the second set, and that made the difference.
Yes.
First set was a bit of a runaway. Hard to come back from that one, but second set, I have to say, closer than expected. It was 3-love. Still one break, but it looked like it was going out of hand in terms of finishing too fast, but credits to the number 1 seeds.
That's right.
So thank you for the viewers and listeners. Thanks for your time, Maximiliano.
And thank you, Austin, for being part of our commentary team.
Absolute pleasure.
And we hope to see you all next year.
It was a pleasure, and we hope to see more tournaments like this in Indonesia.
I'm sure we'll be able to deliver more of them. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
There is a fable that says that everyone is strongly linked to their soulmate through an invisible red thread. A bond that always ends up bringing the two sides of the threads together. They say that the red thread is invisible, but sometimes it's just in front of you. New Cupra Leon. New Cupra Formentor. New Cupra Terramar. Cupra Performance plug-in hybrid range.
No one sees it. No one is watching. Hundreds, thousands, even millions. No cameras, no rankings, no recognition. But the same sweat. An invisible game. Immense, scattered, immeasurable. Until today. A place for what has always existed. FIP Beyond, the World Amateur Paddle Tour.